am Dr. Anchal Pant. You're watching me on Be Beautiful. SPF is sun protection factor. It is an indicator of how much the sunscreen protects our skin against UVB rays. This is calculated by applying sunscreen on the back and then exposing it to UV rays and seeing in how much time you see erythema. So at the time in which we see the light redness on the skin, that is then compared with the area where sunscreen was not applied, and then you come to a value of SPF. This is an important indicator for how much protection the sunscreen is providing against UVB. So sunscreen ingredients can be divided into two categories. One is chemical filters and one is physical filter. So physical filters are zinc oxide, titanium dioxide and iron oxide. Everything else is a chemical filter. So when a sunscreen has only physical filters, we refer to it as a pure physical or a mineral sunscreen. If a sunscreen has both chemical and physical filters, we refer to it as hybrid sunscreen. Sunscreen is one of the most important part of a skincare routine. Sunscreen protects our skin against UV rays. It reduces the amount of darkening that your skin can go through. It slows the signs of aging. It reduces collagen breakdown. So it makes your skin look youthful for longer. Especially in Indian skin type, which is prone to developing dark spots, using a sunscreen is very important. It reduces the chances of developing melasma. It causes early recovery from post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. It reduces any kind of dark spots that you can have on the skin faster. And if you're using sunscreen with zinc oxide or titanium dioxide, then you are also protecting your skin against pollution particles. Based on the type of formulation the sunscreen has, we say that if you like lightweight sunscreen or if you have oily acne-prone skin, go for a gel-based sunscreen. If you have dry type of a skin, then it's better to use a cream or a lotion-based sunscreen. If you have sensitive skin, then you can use a pure mineral sunscreen. So sunscreens can be divided on the type of formulation it is and also the type of filters it has. There are no ingredients as such that you need to avoid, but if you have a particular kind of a preference, then these are a few things that you should look for. If you don't want your sunscreen to leave behind a white cast, then you want to use a mineral sunscreen. If you have sensitive skin, then you want to use a pure zinc oxide or titanium dioxide based sunscreen. If you are somebody with oily acne-prone skin, then you want to use a gel-based sunscreen, hopefully with something like niacinamide in the sunscreen to protect your skin against acne as well. First, you need to apply in the correct order. You cleanse your face, then you can use a serum, moisturizer, and then apply a sunscreen. So sunscreen is always the last layer. If you use makeup, then use it over a layer of sunscreen. Now you need to know how much amount you're using. You need to use 2 finger length for your whole face. If you're covering the face and neck, then use 3 finger length. Also remember that the type and consistency of sunscreen also matters. If you're using something thicker with a larger nozzle, then even 1.5 fingers should be enough. If you're using something very thin like a water-based sunscreen, then 3 fingers are required for the face. So basically what we are aiming at is applying a thin layer of sunscreen uniformly all over the face. Do not skip any areas, and this will help in protecting your skin. Reapplication of sunscreen is also very important. Just one-time application is not enough. We know that when we go through the day, there is sweating and there's production of oil from the skin, so that tends to dilute the sunscreen. So this then reduces efficacy. So reapplication of sunscreen every 2 hours is important in order to see proper results. If you are indoors, you can use it twice in a day, but if you are outdoors, then reapply it every 2 hours. If you have indulged in a water sport, water activity, then as soon as you come out, you have to immediately use a good thick layer of sunscreen. Sunscreens protect the skin against UV rays, and UV rays not only darken the skin but also hastens the process of aging. It breaks collagen, it makes the open pores more prominent, your skin will look more aged, there's more appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So sunscreen application is not just for reducing tanning as it's popularly thought, but to reduce the signs of aging. Stick sunscreen is a good way to reapply your sunscreen, but remember, don't just depend on your stick sunscreen to provide protection. Apply a good layer of a cream, gel or a lotion-based sunscreen first, and then on the go you can use a stick sunscreen for reapplication. Follow Be Beautiful for all things beauty.